So good morning students, good morning to one and all. I'm very happy to stand in front of you to discuss about ICH guidelines for assessment of herbal drugs. So now what is ICH? You know herbal drugs, you know assessment, you know guidelines. Now what is ICH? It is nothing but International Conference on Harmonization. So what is International Conference on Harmonization? Say for example, now you want to sell your drug to another country, then you have to do all the testing that is given in the other country as per their other country's parameters, right? Suppose you want to export your drug to United States of America, you have to do the stability studies based on that country. That means United States of America is cooler than Kerala or India. So then our stability testing, our testing parameters, everything will change. Similarly, if you want to sell your drug to Africa, or you want to sell it to any other European country, Australia, Singapore, you have to do the stability studies based on the temperature, present climate in that country. Say for example, you cook a drug, you cook a food, right? When you cook a food, right, you keep it in the kitchen, right, and you can eat it next 4-5 hours. Suppose you cook in the morning, you want to eat in the night, then what you will do? You will store in a refrigerator. Then evening you take it out, heat it, and again you can use it. Supposing for milk products, after heating the milk, normally we keep it in the fridge. Whenever we need it, we take it out, boil it, and make coffee or tea, and we drink it, right? That is the reason is it will decompose. Each and every product decomposes at its own rate. Certain products will decompose, food products will decompose very fast. Certain food products will decompose very slowly. Similarly, drugs also decomposes. Each and every drug decomposes at a different rate. And that different rate depends upon the temperature. In India or Kerala, the temperature is somewhere around 30 degrees centigrade all throughout the year. But in countries like Europe or Australia or United States or Africa, the temperature differs. The climate, everything different. So now the stability of the drug also different. Once it is sent to that country, then whenever you want to export a drug to any other country, all the time you have to do the stability studies based on that country. Now just imagine any international any international manufacturing company, pharmaceutical manufacturing company, they have to do plenty of testing based on the country they are sending, right? Now to avoid all these things, International Conference on Harmonization, they together decided to do very limited test, and that limited test is suitable for every other country. Worldwide marketing applications, but minimum acceptable standards evolved by International Conference on Harmonization by selective countries to eliminate redundant duplicate, that is no need to do repeatedly testing for exporting to the other country. Now benefits, what are the benefits of ICH? Lot of saving, you are doing less test, lot of savings on time, cost, resources, and the pre-formulation study with API. What is API? Active pharmaceutical ingredient. Active pharmaceutical ingredient means what? Active pharmaceutical ingredient means raw pure drug. That is, say for example, you are going to assess for herbal formulation. Herbal extract is the pure drug. Or suppose you are going to use the powdered plants, then it is the pure drug, right? And what is the formulation? Once you convert the herbal extract or powder into any syrup or tablet form, then that will become a product. So we have to do the ICH test both for API, active pharmaceutical ingredient, as well as the finished product, right? In this ICH guideline, we can find out the storage condition, dosage form, design. That also we can identify exact containers and closes that are more stable for storing the drug product. What is the history of International Conference on Harmonization? Let us go to the next slide. So here ICH, European Union, USA, Japan. Why I am taking the three countries? Maroon color indicates European Union, and USA has a little bit ash color, and another one is another color. The reason behind this one is More than 90% of the drugs are invented by these three countries, European Union or USA or Japan. So when these three countries have invented lot of drugs, now they are exporting among themselves. Any drug manufactured in Japan will be exported to USA or European Union, and whenever they export it, they have to do all the testings based on that country. So these three European Union, USA and Japan came together and they started a discussion, ICH1 in November 1991 in Brussels, then in 93 Florida, 95 Yokohama, 97 Brussels. So they identified the problem, they removed all the problem, and they wanted to do one test all over the globe. You do one test, you can export the drug all over the globe. That is their idea. And by fifth meeting, 2000 Japan Tokyo, they have identified ICH guidelines. With these guidelines, once you do a test on this guideline, that can be exported anywhere in the world. So now harmonization on. So right now harmonization means similar thinking, similar parameters. That is the harmonization on the basis of harmonization, that stability testing harmonizes on the basis of efficacy, quality, safety and multidisciplinary. What is efficacy? What is efficacy? Efficacy means when you manufacture a drug, exactly what is given in the procedure and every procedure, then that is called as efficacy. And moreover, when you do evaluate a drug product and that drug product exactly fits into the quality control manual. Say for example, the melting point is given as 120 degrees once, and assay is given as 100%, 95 to 105%. Whatever the parameters are given for a particular herbal dosage form, when the result is also the same, then that product is highly efficient or efficacy. Quality means same efficient manufacturing method should be adopted every time you manufacture a drug, herbal drug. That is called as quality. And safety, other than the drug, other than what is mentioned in the label, nothing should be there. Nothing should be there. Because how you are going to do the analytical testing of any drug product? Based on the content, right? And safety means other than based on the content, nothing should be there, no adulteration. That safety we have to ensure. So here I will go through very fast. Efficacy, A is efficacy. Suppose you want to do testing on efficacy of your product. Say for example, clinical safety data management, E21, E2A, definition and standards for expedited reporting. That if you want to find out that how expedited methods adopted and reporting, then you have to follow E2A guideline. E2A guideline. Don't bother about all these right two columns. Just A, efficacy. If you want to do efficacy, say for example clinical study reports, take the code A file, do the test as per given in this one, structure and content of clinical study reports. So then B is quality. Quality of the product, like I told you, every time the drug should be passing all the standards as mentioned in the pharmacopoeia or as mentioned in your in-house standards. So Q1A, Q1B, Q1C. Say for example Q2B, validation of analytical procedure. Suppose you use any analytical procedure for the herbal formulation, you should get the accurate result. To get accurate result, then you have to follow Q2B. Right? Don't bother once again about right to column. Just remember B for quality and S for C is safety. Safety, as I told you, we have to do carcinogenicity study. That the drug should not having any other activity other than prescribed activity. Suppose you are taking a liver supplement, so that means the liver should be strengthened, right? It should not create any other problem. Carcinogenicity and multidisciplinary, this you don't bother. So now just a small recap. First one is efficacy, second one is quality, third one is safety. That is efficacy, quality, safety, and multidisciplinary. Now there are some disadvantages of these ICH guidelines. ICH cover new drug substance, new products, right? That means what about the old drugs, old products? No, there is again it is not mentioned here. That is the disadvantage. But again, WHO, World Health Organization, they develop different guideline, and US FDA, they also develop different guideline. These are all small issues, but let us bother only about ICH guideline. Right, for India, like US FDA, like EMEA for European countries, there is no guidelines specifically mentioned in India. That is advantage only. So we can follow only ICH. Now stability data generation, that is you are working in a pharmaceutical organization. So now your manager tells you, you go and do the stability study test based on ICH guidelines. Just 8 steps. Very simple to. First is type, size and number of batches. Left side, pure extract or pure powder compound of your herbal plant. Right side is manufactured finished product, either syrup or tablet or capsules. That's a finished product. Right now, at least 3 batches you have to take. You do extraction today, you do extraction tomorrow, you do extraction day after tomorrow. These 3 batches should be taken for ICH guideline testing. On the right side, you have to have the tablets manufactured from today's extract. Again, tablets prepared from next day's extract. Again, the tablets prepared from another day's extract or powder. The reason is sometimes some organization, what they will do is they manufacture prepare extract today, and that they will convert into a dosage form, herbal syrup, and from that they will take 3 samples. That is not correct. You have to prepare 3 times separately, and from that each time you have to take 1 sample and do the ICH based stability testing. And the second one is quality is same to that of clinical. That is what the meaning is. For stability studies, you should not manufacture separately. What you are going to give to the patient, same should be used for doing the ICH guideline stability test also. So type, size and source. Now suppose herbal extract is there or herbal powders are there, how will you store it, right? You have to store, ICH mentions that you have to store in the container in which you are going to give it to the patient. Suppose you are buying a bottle, glass bottle of herbal syrup. Same bottle should be used for preserving the herbal product also for ICH ICH based stability testing, right? And suppose you are using a bottle or vials or anything, you should keep it in inverted position. Then only we can test whether it is compatible with the cap also. These are all the tests you are going to make it. So out of this test, the result will be within the acceptance criteria. Within the acceptance criteria, then it passes the test. Then it passes the test. Last one is test storage condition. So how will you do the test storage? Isothermal condition and control humidity. Same temperature and same humidity you keep it for testing the storage condition. Say for example, same temperature, for example, room temperature means 25 degrees centigrade or 30 degrees centigrade. Like that we have to decide the temperature, and in that you have to store it for 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or beyond that. So this is how we are doing the testing. Earlier multi-temperature testing were done. Now only one test is done. But accelerated testing is not meant for herbal formulation, so don't bother about accelerated. 4 zone 3 and 4 means highly temperate and humid conditions. India is humid and hot. That is coming under zone 4. That means the temperature we should consider it as a hot and humid. So based on that only we have to do all the testing and give the expiry date of the. So now how will you do the test? For zone 1, 2 and 3, 4, 3 and 4, we have to keep the drug storage condition like I mentioned briefly in the previous slide. Storage conditions for long-term testing, 25 degrees centigrade at 60% RH. RH means relative humidity, right? And zone 3 and 4 as per WHO, it is 30 degrees centigrade and 60% RH. Means You have to store your drug for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years at 25 degrees centigrade and 60% RH. So, and take the sample first year every 3 months, second year every 6 months, third year onwards once in a year, and test it. That's all. There ends it. So now you will know expiry date, you will know stability, you know whether the mouth cap of that syrup is stable. Everything you can find out. This is for accelerated testing. I am not going to take this one because there is no accelerated testing for herbal products. And acceptance criteria, as I told you, appearance, color, phase separation, resuspendibility, caking, hardness, all these things comes under acceptance criteria. I briefly told, say for example color. Initially it was brownish in color, after some time it becomes pinkish, then it is not stable. Right, and viscosity, initially it was 600 CPS, then later it becomes 300 CPS, then it is not stable. Or suppose the resuspendability means that after some time there will be some sedimentation inside the bottle. Once you reshake it, then it will resuspend within the unit dosage form. So all this testing you have to do it, and whether working or not. Then suppose you want to your drug is not stable in room temperature 25 degrees or 30 degrees, then you can keep it for 5 degrees. That is called as refrigerated condition. Right? And sometimes even in refrigerated, some enzymes or very potent drugs, blood products, that are not stable in refrigerated condition or in room temperature, then we have to keep it inside of the freezer, that is minus 20 degrees centigrade or plus or minus 5 degree centigrade. That's all about ICH guidelines. Thank you very much.